Yes, hello everyone, and today we are going to learn about form and its elements in HTML. So, I'm creating a new file form.html. Using this body, the form tag always starts with the form and having an end tag, that is /form. The attributes of form are action and method. Method is equal to post or get or put. For now, let it be post. I will go in detail very soon. For now, let's say form action is blank. That means the form is submitted to self, to its own, with the method is post. We will discuss on method later. So let's create a registration form in a paragraph. Registration form. Let me put it into h2 tag and then another paragraph. Let's say enter full name. It's a full name. Second paragraph, I have a label full_name. Let me make it more clear. Full name and input type is equal to text, id is equal to full name, name is equal to full name. Let's run it. Yes, so as you can see, we have a form now with a heading registration form, also have a label that is full name. So we keep everything within the paragraph. Also you can use div instead of paragraphs, but let's keep it simple now, so that for the sake of learning it will be very simple to understand. So for now I'm putting everything into paragraphs. So I have a label for full name and the label is full name. Okay, then in the next paragraph I have created text field. Input type is equal to text. Every input field must have a id and a name. You can keep it same or different, it depends, but for the sake of simplicity I'm just making it same. The id is full name and name is full name. In label, notice this for tag, for is equal to full_name. So this attribute for, it indicates that this label is meant for full_name, means this text field. So if I will click on this label, the cursor will blink here. So the user can click here or can click simply on the label and the cursor will be blink within the text field. So let's create a text area. For text area you can use the tag text area having attributes name, let's say address, and id is equal to address. Just for your information, I am putting some comments here. ID is used for referencing any element with in JavaScript, jQuery, etc. Whereas in the name attribute, the ID attribute, the name attribute is for server-side scripting languages. For example, PHP recognizes the value of the text field or text area or any form elements by its name attribute. Okay, and let properly indent it. Let's move this to here and let's keep a label here for address, and let's refresh the browser and you can see we have an address. Notice that by default we have 3 rows in this text area, and you can increase it by rows is 10 and columns is equal to 8. You can see now we have 10 rows and 20 columns. See, everything can be managed with the CSS also. So for now let's make it simple. So we have name and address, that is label for mail underscore ID, email. Now I'm going to teach you on another HTML5. Input type is equal to email, and name is equal to mail ID, and ID is equal to mail ID. Let's at the end we have created a submit button. Input type is equal to submit, and name is equal to, let's say, save. ID is equal to save, and value is equal to save. So we have a save, and if I will put some invalid mail ID, then this will ask please enter an email address, a valid email address. So input type is equal to email. This is an HTML newly available attributes. It will take only the email ID, but notice that if I will make this email ID field empty and I will try to submit it, the form is being submitted. So let's say if I want to make this full name and email ID as required or compulsory fields. So to make that I can use simply required and email also. Required. And now let's refresh, submit, and you can see both my address, name and mail address all are now compulsory fields. Okay, so if these are empty, then the form will not be submitted. So let's create some more fields. Let's say country, and let's put it in a label for country. Select your country. And here I am creating selected country, ID is country, and select have options. Say value, let me keep this country is also required, and let the first value is empty. Select your country, then another option, India. Let me copy paste and create some more. As you can see, one select have multiple options, and these options will be available in a drop down field. As you can see, India, Australia, USA, UK, Rome, South Africa. So by default, select your country is appearing as in default. So let's say I want to make USA as default, so I can type selected. Why this value is for? If the form is submitted, then the server will get the result from the value attribute. Let's say IN for India, US for USA, UK for UK, US for Australia, and Rome for R for Rome, and South Africa, SA for South Africa. So what is happening exactly is when the form is submitted, the selected option, for example US or IN or UK, will be identified by the server. So if the user have selected USA, then the value of country is equal to USA. Make note that this is selected now. If I will make India to be my default country, then this is simply India, and if I want USA to be my default country, then this one is US. So let's say add some more elements. And I have two radio buttons, radio buttons. This is input type is equal to radio, ID is equal to, and then the name is equal to, and then let's make a small case for the sake of simplicity, and let's keep gender in the label, male, and let me create female. Male and female. Let's as you can notice in radio button, either male or female can be selected, but in checkbox you can select multiple items at the same time, but in radio only one item will be selected. So as you can see, by default nothing is being selected, and let I want to make male to be selected. By default you can make it like checked. As you can notice, now this one is selected by default, but there are no values, so let's put them. Value is equal to male and value is equal to female. I'm reminding you again, once the form is submitted, the value will be retrieved by the server by its name. Let's mention it here. Once the form is submitted, the values of the form elements are being retrieved by elements name. Now let's create one other level for checkbox. Let's interest, and here I'm putting input type is equal to checkbox, name is equal interest interest, and id is equal to interest interest, and this is, let's say, playing cricket. Copy paste, and this is watching TV. You can notice that in option, in radio button and in checkbox, the ID and name are, and you can see interests are playing cricket, watching TV, reading newspaper, surfing internet, and I can choose multiple values at one time. So by default, as you can see, nothing is selected, so I can simply make watch TV as checked, and reading newspaper checked. Now refresh, and we have watching TV and reading newspaper are selected by default. Let me create input type is equal to reset, and value is equal to reset registration form. And you can notice this form, when this button is clicked, it becomes empty. Let me create one more element, that is level. This is as, and we have input type is equal to number, name is equal to as, id is equal to as. When you type input type is equal to number, it will accept only numbers, as you can see, in this way. So I can also customize min is equal to 18 and max is equal to 45. Let's refresh it. As you can see, the minimum is 18 and the maximum is 45, and after that it is not going to increment anymore. Notice that it is incremented or decremented by one value only, so we can use steps. Step is equal to 5, so that you can see now it is decremented by 5, 18, 23, 28, 33, 38, 43 in this way. And yes, and we are done with all the basic elements in HTML. Okay, just one thing I just forgot to say is to use the image. So let's take some images. Let's say I have an image called koala. Okay, and I'm taking it to here, koala.jpg, and you can see now this one is available here, koala.jpg. So to use this, we can use img src is equal to koala.jpg, and let's say width is equal to 250. You will notice that now this image is available here with width 250, and the height is auto adjusted. You can also specify the height anyway. Let's say height is equal to 50, and now the height becomes 50. So I'm just removing it for now, and also putting a input type just before it. I'm using upload your photo. Let's give it a label. Let's say photo, and upload your photo. Input type is equal to 5, and ID is equal to photo, name is equal to photo, and you can see that now I have a browse button here. Let's move save and save registration. Upload your photo. This browse button to click and browse your file system. This is enough for today. So let's go and make some practice so that we can move forward tomorrow. Thank you.